the maneuver of our unit. So these are all, the GCMs that are often see there. They are all offensive, operation graphic control measures. Graphic control measures is just a fancy term for markers, as we like to call them. So there's a lot of these tactical mission tasks. There's stuff like assault or attack by fire is actually the correct term, or also the seas to clear. I don't really have to explain these. I think there's some more fancy stuff like counter reconnaissance and all that. We're not going to go over that, but sometimes you'll see these. So if the mission maker does not state it clearly, you might want to ask, what do you want? Do you want me to assault by fire, or do you want me to assault? Because obviously, if the entire platoon is sitting there, and he's expecting that squad to move onto the town, it's not, it might lead to confusion, but,
Again,
that's just...
These kind of things, it's good to understand them yourselves, but what you want to make sure, this goes back to that briefing screen, even if it's not, this is not the military, people are not going to look down at you for asking for clarification. And frankly, in the military, they will look up to you if you actually ask these corrections. Exactly what do you need me to do? Now, obviously, there's differences here, but you want to make sure that you know what to do, where to go, what to do. And you want to make sure you do that when they're dealing with the briefing. So if you don't understand a portion of the op board, ask them again. If you don't understand that kind of thing, just make sure that you understand. You don't have to discern the entire idea of the plan just from the markers. I personally don't use... I will use some basic ones, but I won't put routes. I will give you the places that you should go and when you should do it and how you should do it. But I will put fairly few markers. So,
Exactly,
anyways,
yeah. One thing
yeah.
Ruben just mentioned, so the difference, there's not really a lot of difference in SBF and BOF. It's mostly synonymously used, but generally, at least it's my understanding, that base of fire describes really the element that is providing support by fire, but that's really like nitpicking at the end of the day. So BOF, SBF end up with the same stuff.
Okay.
So for that red
yeah,
arrow you put on the map that you labeled assault, is there a way to rotate that arrow to have it point in different directions?
No, not really, unfortunately. Only the mission maker. When the mission maker puts this stuff in, he can rotate it. But you, unfortunately, ARMA does not really allow us to represent all GCMs correctly.
There's one pointing east, but so the only arrows you have.
Yeah,
is the
that's
north
actually
east one.
technically an ambush marker, but you can use it for all that as long as what you're trying. You don't have to be by the book. As long as what you're trying to describe is clearly stated and everybody knows what they're supposed to do, you're fine, right?
Okay.
And go ahead.
So what we're going to do now is I'm going to need 8 people to run over. I'm going to be over here to the southeast. I need 8 people to come with me. That probably, definitely, Overlord and Law should be part of it. We are going to be the enemy here. So just run over to me. The next thing, I'm going to need 2 volunteers. Am I not on shout?
I think you are.
I am on shout.
2 volunteers.
Okay, so I am going to need...
Do I need to
2 more here, and then 2 volunteers to be the squad leaders who are going to analyze when these people are over here.
do I need to weapon up for this?
I'll be a squad leader.
No.
Okay.
It's just the fact that you exist. So who's
Okay.
volunteering for squad leading? Ravenhold. Who else?
Me.
Falco. All right. Ravenhold and Falco are going to do this. We may put some others, but I need 2 more who's waiting over here. I need 2 more of you just to act as these. Everyone will be able to hear me when I do this stuff. We'll make sure to do so, but I just need people to go around, and the instructors, a couple of instructors will help too. All right, so everybody who's in this group over here, you are going to be our enemy men. I want you to run over to, and I'm going to make a mark on the map here. It says hide, but don't hide yet. Just move over to that position, so just get on the middle of that road. Everybody else, we're all going to move over there. So we're just moving to the southwest to the little structures over there. If we can teleport everybody, that'd be fine, but it's not really much. In fact, no, we're not. We're running. It's the fucking military. What, are you kidding me? Go. All run.
I want to be an army ranger. I want to lead a life of danger.
not allowed to shoot. Sad face.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, we'll make the
Pew,
noise.
pew.
Pew pew pew.
Who the hell is that standing over there?
Ruben.
To the southeast.
I like this that they took up the ABF and SBF stuff because half the people are doing that wrong. And the other
Okay,
half
somebody's
are
in front of us now.
Yeah, what
Ruben.
is wrong with ABF? Because I've been using that for like ever.
Hi, Ruben.
means that you
Ruben.
don't intend
Bye,
to be
Ruben.
on a specific position.
Conceal yourselves, guys.
Oh, it's
Oh yeah.
fly via.
It is
Like
attack by
techies
fire.
or like
You attack
real
with
fight?
own fire.
Shit,
You don't
smart.
not attack by maneuver.
Do we get to
Alright.
hide now?
Yeah, it's always
So-
a tie. I don't know if it's in
Rather you use
Send-
squad formation or whatever.
or whatever element is
Just
supposed
scattered around.
to fire. Or you simply use assault and tell them to fire as much as they need to. You might have a base of advance or base of attack or something, so from a specific point you proceed to attack.
So what are we doing here? Just picking a place to hide? I probably should have paid attention to the last 5 minutes.
Should we hide in teams or
No, I don't.
buddy teams maybe?
I don't think he said just to get over here. I don't think he said we're supposed to hide yet.
Alright, copy.
Ruben,
Alright,
are we
guys.
hiding?
This is our job. We're gonna provide... we're gonna conceal ourselves, but not from the strip. So I need you to get a good spot, and you are making yourselves not concealed to the east. Is that clear?
Yes.
So,
Okay.
What?
visible,
Correct.
sort of.
So you need to be concealed for the north and the south, but not from the east. Is that a hard task?
No, I can pull that off.
Yeah. Let's pull that off. Let's go.
Okay, guys, so we're hiding around here. I'm going to tell him that the instructors are going to be enemies too, so Ruben and Jackson can hang around here. He's going to be looking in from, both of them are going to be looking in from the strip, so you just need to be in positions. At least 4 or 5 of you need to be in positions that are visible from the airstrip. So either get on the second floor of this building, or come around to another building, get in the trees, everything.
Get in the
So
tree.
Ruben, remember, you and Jackson as well, have them get in the trees, have them hide behind buildings, all that kind of stuff. They have to be kind of visible, but not too visible.
Let's go. Somebody behind
Oh
the
yes.
tree.
Oh, that was my spot.
I'll find one on the... Oh, you got the whole
Copy.
corner?
Yeah, stay there. You're good, man.
Let's
Jacob.
stay here.
You like it, huh?
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
Can I
He
crawl
likes
up
it,
the
man.
Tower?
Hey, you're dead.
Yeah, let's go up the tower.
Yeah, this tower over here, I crawl up it?
Be quick. We have 1 minute.
One mic. But they're over next to the tower already, so...
This is not too visible, I hope.
Don't want to show myself too much. Don't want to make it too easy.
Is everybody ready here?
Almost. I think I'm gonna
Position.
Contact on the lighting
30
tower.
seconds
Oh, that's one of us.
Yeah, I know.
I'm almost there!
left. This one is correct. Okay, let's conceal ourselves then. Ready?
Okay, I'm in position.
Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew. Bang bang bang.
Zoom work.
Jimbo, Nakapesh is getting a long range. Read you 5x5, over. Jimbo, that was on the short range. Yeah, station calling. Roger that.
Pew pew pew. Oh, oh, them nasty tree hoppers. Pew pew pew.
Ruben, you around here?
Yep.
I'm on the southern edge of the building. Just left the channel I'm talking to you about.
What is it?
Oh, I was wondering about whoever was blowing that shit up earlier. I'm thinking that just took a supply infrastructure spot instead of fucking around on the air.
Yeah, can be.
I was wondering if maybe we should look at the player list here and see compare the player list to who's on the channel and maybe boot off anybody who's not supposed to be here so that when Optic talks we don't have his little teeth dropping on us and shit.
We can do that. Although we did a pretty good job fucking up these guys. It's not gonna happen anymore.
Alright.
Pew pew pew.
Play still. Enjoy the ride.
Oh yes. Pew pew pew.
Foco around here?
Pew pew pew.
Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, for now stay in short range 1.
Just wanted to make sure we didn't have the
No, it's just a spotting drill.
I know.
I'm down here now. I can hear or see anything.
We did a good job though.
Pew pew pew.
Do you guys have smoke?
No.
No smoke?
No.
At the negative on the smoke for now.
Alright, guys, stand up and shoot straight up. One mag.
Roger that.
Please fire.
Okay.
Alright, let's move to the watchtower in the northeast. Let's go. Let's go.
We're Oscar Mike, boys and girls.
Oscar Mike, let's go.
On your 6.
This is a little bit more of a TVC flavor thing too, because you were using humans, not AI. I hope you all saw the person on the giant tower watching deathmatch. It's like the most obvious position ever.
Right when,
All right, guys. So that was a really good job for people who were in cover. I hope you enjoyed the fact that you got to shoot. That was an illustration of how many of you there were and how deadly you might have been. We're gonna wait for the man who's stuck in the tower. There we go. He got free. We're gonna go over this. So I'm gonna try not to pick apart the issues that there were there. I'm gonna give a couple of tone concepts. Be forceful when you are leading these squads. You would not believe how much confidence is conveyed in tone, in how you're going to deal with these kind of things. Okay, we're going to get to that position. We're going to look over here. We're going to toss grenades. We're going to strong point. We're going to move. They're going to watch you in a do as I do kind of sense. If you are confident and ready to move and you know where you're going, they're going to go to the end of the earth for you. If you're kind of weak, you got a problem. This is like old school ship captain kind of thing. You got to make sure that they're not any trailers, so sometimes you got to throw them in a lifeboat. Okay? So, most of you missed a lot of the players here. I gave you a couple minutes. You didn't have much time, but you want to look as thoroughly as possible. Ruben was over in the trees to the left. Really what you need to do is you need to look at that when you're doing this and say, hey, where would I hide? Or, hey, what are the key areas that are going to be defended here? Look on your map. Okay, there's a main road through the middle. There are probably going to be extra guys in those houses farther down. They're not all going to be on this side. We're going to want to deal with that. So what you want to say is, okay, I can see a couple here now, but I know that there's a section there, so I know there's going to be 6 or 7 more there, which means we need to establish a strong point. You didn't go wrong with your emphasis on this building, but you got to understand how weak it is, especially how close you are. This is CQB, this is clearing out hostiles, but there's never a problem with a base of fire position, say, over to the right. Or let's maybe try and move straight up to the compound wall. Shit like that. They weren't terrible plans, but the forcefulness when you're trying to give the orders, identifying any enemy that you saw so you could understand. So at the beginning, you say, oh, there's a guy up in the tower, there's a guy over there, so we're going to shoot them first, and then we're going to move on. All that kind of stuff. So make sure you emphasize where the enemy is. So do your MET-TC. What's the mission? Clear out the hamlet. What's the enemy? Okay, I've got that guy up there, that guy down there. There's the rest of the section in there. We're going to clear it out quickly. Go. This is all in your head. Don't say this out to the people. Just watch the terrain and weather. Okay, well, it's flat, so there's no real hills. There's some forests that they can hide in. There's some buildings that they're going to strong point. Okay? What do you have? Okay, well, I've got 1 squad, so we're not going to have a tremendous amount here. We're going to use my ARs. We're going to use our grenades. How much time? I didn't give you a time limit, so that didn't even come into your account here. I didn't tell you whether there's civilians or not, but that's the whole idea. Get that shit together. Okay, we're going to finish up here with a couple of discussions more towards server maintenance here, and then we're going to break off for the FTX. Okay, so you are, as squad leaders, the bottom level of enforcing order on the server. This is something that's probably not too much covered here. It doesn't have any... I mean, it does apply in real life, because they are the bottom level of enforcing order in an actual army. But, especially on our server, the way you handle yourself, the way you deal with it, is going to very directly influence the people under you. and they will take their cues from how you are doing things. If you are a leader and you're fucking around, that's a problem. Is it acceptable to have chatter? Is it acceptable when you're moving to a place to tell dick jokes on the 343? Yes, it always is. Have fun. This is a game that a lot of us play to relax and have fun. But there is a limit. When you're in contact, if people are fucking around and just abusing the radio so that real reports can't get hit, you need to tell them to cut that shit out. You need, if you have people who have a couple of NDs, you need to tell them to cut that shit out.
Alright, I have a question for you on
Enforce
that.
order. Yes.
Well, basically, one time I was, Scope was my, platoon commander for a TVT, and I had a squad, and, Scope said, alright, take your squad here. And so I said, hey guys, on me. And then, it was time to move, and they weren't moving, and so I was like, hey guys, like, seriously, hurry the fuck up, we're going. And then, I actually had one of them tell me to my face to shut the fuck up. And,
Did you explain that you were their squad lead?
well, I know, I said, what I said was, I mean, I don't care if you don't like it. Right now, I'm your CO, and I'm telling you, we're fucking leaving. And then he said, don't you talk to me like that, and you can shut the fuck up. And
That's
I
a
mean,
ban. That's
Yeah,
right
that-
there. You need to talk to the GM. You need to talk to people. I mean, unfortunately, we do have to go through this kind of stuff. We can't all just... There are some people who are less forceful, who aren't, and that's just your personality, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if so, you need to get it taken care of, because that kind
But,
of
yeah,
shit
I mean,
poisons the atmosphere. Okay, we have to... Everyone who plays on this server has agreed to respect whoever is in charge of their unit while they're playing the game, to act
So
as
I
if
guess
they are the commander.
My problem in that situation was, while I wanted to forward it to a GM for handling, it's like, how do I identify who's speaking to me? And, like, how do I pick out who said that?
Ask them. If they don't,
Alright.
if they don't cough it up, bring in the GM immediately. Tell them what happened. There are ways to deal with it. I started jumping into yours because I was using it as an example here, but you are the lowest level of enforcement here. See, if anybody has any experience with law enforcement, you'll know that the cop's primary job, the cop on the beat, the cop on the street, their primary job is not to write tickets or arrest people. Their primary job is to maintain order. And a lot of that is done by showing their presence, by issuing stern warnings for stuff, by making sure that people understand that there are consequences for this kind of shit, and that we are all in this, we have all agreed to run by the same set of rules, and if you fuck it up, then I will haul your ass in. But, don't be Nazis here. You don't have to be Nazis to actually do this correctly, but you have to maintain order on this server. So that is a very important thing. Judgment calls, I cannot teach them to you. You will learn those things on your own, but remember just to try and use analyze situations. If you take 2 minutes instead of 30 seconds and you're not in contact, you're waiting to get in contact, that is perfectly fine. If you take 4 minutes instead of 30 seconds, think about things. Try and examine what is in front of you. Try and remember how you examined it in later missions, and you will find yourself a lot better able to deal with these things. We're not, because of our time issues here, we're not going to go over... I think everybody understands the purpose of an AAR, to help the mission maker deal with any problems that may actually exist on the server, or on the mission, and to go over not necessarily who failed and what, but what happened in the mission that led to the conclusion. I wish that we could have more time for this. I wish it could be a 2-part class. I wish that we could have more actual involvement. Or that I could mandate you come to an FTX. But the FTX is going to be our trial by fire. It's going to be heavy question asking, heavy dealing with it. We're going to get on the primary server as soon as we're done here. However, for those of you who are in the Fluffers JTAC class, you're not going to be able to attend the FTX. I'd like you to...
Yeah,
anybody else? Yeah, it sucks, but you've already committed to that. Anybody else who is, anybody who doesn't have any time commitment, I really suggest it, because the instructors are going to be around and helping you actually complete a mission and teaching everybody as we do it.
Here's an idea. Maybe, is it possible to maybe have, like, the an FTX tomorrow as well, so those that are conflicted with Flepper's course can still like
Um,
participate? Or
I will see what I can do. I will try and have. I can't do it really this week, but yeah, there's a mount course. There's some stuff tomorrow that's going to be going on.
shit. Alright.
I can't do it in the next week. I have finals and a bunch of other things. But the week after, I will be on the server for like 10 days in a row every single day. There will be a couple classes during that time, and I will be having some of these kind of, I'll help you learn how to deal with this stuff. So it's not going to be immediately, but there will be times when you will be able to go through some of these questions here. I want to get any questions from any of the course, anything.
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
Well, it's to do with a scenario I ran into a couple months back. Is that okay?
As long as it's dealing with
I was
squad
a
leading.
leader, so does it
All right.
apply?
Come on. Yeah.
It has to do with upper leadership. Well, the plan was it was one of those ones on Iliabad.
Hate to do this shit, but you gotta speak kind of quickly here.
Okay. Okay. Well, the whole plan was, we had a format point and everything, but my unit was the first one to make it to the format point, and they didn't go. I was like, "Where is you guys?" I asked 3 or 4 times, and then I finally got an answer. We are way south of the format point. And then, a little later, I was proceeded to be replaced as a squad leader for the single reason, I crap you not, the single reason that my squad was not in the correct formation, as in not.
Okay, well, I see a pattern of what you're talking about here that we've run into before. As squad leaders, you will not. Sometimes there will be the commander will be shittier than you. Sometimes there are terrible commanders we don't have. When GMs are on, they try to restrict it, but sometimes they're not, and sometimes they miss it because we do try to let people who haven't already made a name for themselves lead missions. Although there's an argument over how we're going to do that. But the point is that sometimes you will face shitty commanders. It sucks. You are going to have to be on your own, and your job is to keep your men together. Try and accomplish the mission as you can. But we do respect the chain of command. That kind of shit, put it in an AR. That's the best way for that, because regulars will notice, and the consequences will happen. Put it in an AR that, the mission was screwed up in this way and that kind of stuff. But, just try. Sometimes that upper leadership will suck. This is not an upper leadership course.
Hey, Aquafresh, can I interrupt? Just
go ahead.
Here? You guys, if I can get your ear for a minute, really listen to this carefully. UO is really democratic. No one has to have a rank to lead here. In order for that to work, we got to respect people that step up to lead. And there's some really experienced people that you're going to gain with. They're far better than you are at leading. They've had the experience. But if they're following, they're going to follow what you tell them to do. That's the kind of doctrine we have to have in UO. You have to follow the guy that's trying to lead, even if you perceive that what he's doing is kind of dumb. And if you're worried about getting disciplined or banned, or you're worried about when to discipline or ban someone, I think there's a bit of a disconnect right now, and we'll iron it out. And that some people think if somebody's got poor tactics, they should get banned. I never think someone should get banned because they're learning. They don't have proper tactics yet. They're still learning about it. But if someone deliberately is disobeying someone else that has authority, that should definitely, as Aquafresh said, that should be a bannable offense. Does that make it any clearer?
Well, I get the question. Does that apply to fire team lead as well?
Absolutely. So the fire team leader in the chain of command, it's your team members that should be listening to you.
Yeah.
Right? And the section leader shouldn't be stepping over you and telling your team members what to do. He might, and that's not a bannable offense. But if he's a good section leader, he'll let you do your stuff. And all the fire teams should be listening to you.
Yeah, as squad leads, this is something, as squad leads, as section leads, remember to talk to remember to go ahead and give orders to your fire team leads instead of giving orders to your whole squad. Use them as separate maneuver elements. Don't just think of them as 8 guys. We haven't done a lot of work. I'll probably cover this a little bit more, especially when we're in the field, but also when we are, there's going to be a fire team leaders course sometime soon, and I'll kind of cover both sides of this. Make sure that you know, there's a chain of command. You have people under you. You can't necessarily manage everything. So just, you know, kind of keep it together. We're going to try and, I'm going to let Jimbo finish up here, and then we're going to try and close this down because of time. But, you know, you can always ask me questions afterwards. You can always send me a PM on the forums if there's a question that you haven't gotten to. All right?
I'm done after I finished. I said
Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to make sure that we're going to have to get tags here, which I cannot do. I do not think. Hang on. We'll see. Oh, no,
Jackson
I can.
has to
Hello!
do it. Okay.
All right, so I am going to give tags here. Oh, my God. There are about 1,000. Okay, I can give tags here. I'm going to make sure to do so. Everybody else, we can kind of mill around here. Just going to... Okay, I'm looking at... All right, okay. So everybody can mill around. I will ask you to wait for at least 2 minutes. I'll try and get my JTAC guys out first so I can get the tags on you. And then everybody who's left, just stay in channel and around here, and we'll go over what we're going to do for the FTX.
FTX is not required, right?
No, but again, it's heavily suggested.
Wait, so we're done?
The FTX is heavily suggested.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to be able to do that. Chores. Crap it.
Yeah, the biggest issue I have is getting the respect from the people under me to do what the hell I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say once that this leadership stuff. Is somebody hot making?
Oh, sorry.
I heard somebody say once that this leadership stuff would be easy if it wasn't for the people that you're trying to get listened to.
I run into this
Yeah,
kind of-
if you're leading robots, then that's probably easier, but they'll not.
I run into this kind of thing on a daily basis because I work on the doors. I deal with drunk people all the time. The key to getting anyone to listen to you and respect you is just be calm, be assertive, and understand that no matter what they say, whether they whinge about it or what, that's all they're going to be able to do. They can't run off down the road, and the moment people understand, right, you're not going to take the fucking shit, you're calm, you're assertive, you're not shouting, they're not getting a reaction out of you. That's when they
Listen to the calm nightclub bumper, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's one of these, I decided to run a mission once, and I set up a plan. I asked, hey, did everybody understand? Everybody says, yes, we understand. It was an ambush. We were supposed to wait until they got to this certain point, then attack. Somebody decided to shoot them when they were 200 meters away from us.
Now, some of this, guys, I do have to say that some of this tends to be, servers had some issues recently, we're trying to deal with some stuff. It's not always your fault, but again, be assertive, be calm, know what you're doing. Never make a rule that you're not prepared to enforce. The actual leadership, again, this would have to be a 10 times longer course if I was trying to teach you how to actually lead men, how to be dealing with this kind of stuff. And in fact, it's very difficult to do actually over the internet when you're not in person. Because so much of it is body language. And you will get a million dipshit 15-year-olds who are, yes, mom, okay, mom, and then they get online and they try to be big shots. All of this, try to be big swinging dick assholes when they're these little bitches. And so it's difficult. It is not an easy thing to do. Learning how to effectively lead people is one of the hardest things to actually learn. And you're not going to always be able to deal with this. Try the best you can. Understand, remind people at UO that we follow the chain of command, and try to enforce actual things that will happen afterwards. So there will be, and I have forgotten the fucking word. Why am I so goddamn dumb?
AAR?
No, I'm talking about there will actually be repercussions. There will
Karma.
actually be, yeah.
Consequence.
It's karma.
Consequences. It's karma. This will happen if you start to lead a mission. I'm just going to go to the waiting room and you'll be without a man. I will put in the AAR that you screwed up and people will read that and trust you less. Make sure that there are repercussions, make sure that there are consequences, but don't be a Nazi, don't be a bitch, but you gotta establish yourself. It's, again, I cannot really teach this very quickly. Anyways, everybody has tags now, so hooray.
I guess
People
something
who
that
are
just
taking
came to
off, go
mind.
ahead and take off, and then we'll talk about what we're gonna do on the primary.
Well, I'm
Right,
attending
thanks for the
the
great course.
JTAC
How many
course.
freaking helicopters are you gonna crash?
On a,
I'll see you
who
guys.
the fuck is that?
It's just somebody who's playing on the practice server.
Yeah.
It's a little annoying, but it hasn't been too bad.
So we're all switching to the primary?
Aqua,
Or-
can you
Not
unlock
yet.
the channel, please?
Hang on, I may be able to.
Anyway, I guess before I jump off to the JTAC course, I guess something I've always, I think people forget sometimes is that, if people below you are doing something wrong, you always try and correct them, but if they're doing it right, it never hurts to tell them, hey, good job.
And
Jimbo is
Overlord,
the master of that.
and Overlord, a lot of times when you think they're totally disregarding you, I'm not saying you in particular, but it's your own fault because you didn't explain it clearly enough. You think you did, you think they should understand, but they didn't get it. So give people the benefit of the doubt before you jump on them. They may just not have understood what you were trying to
Well,
communicate.
definitely.
Yeah, and you do that all the time. I see you doing that.
It's good. Okay, so is everyone here going to stay? I'm going to ask people who are who are going to go to the JTAC to take off, just so I know who's going to be with me for the actual FTX.
How long will the FTX last?
One mission on the primary. I have no idea how long it really will be. Probably less than an hour. One co-op on the primary.
Should we go up to the waiting room?
So the basic doctrine of having such a big squad is fire team lead, squad lead uses radio, and the rest direct shout.
I like that idea. That's the idea I always use. It clears up the comms so much.
Right, Lost, what are our buddy teams?
We're gonna take to a walk here because we're losing some stamina here.
Walking.
In that case, Joseph, let's switch places.
Got it.
Okay, who was that said he's symbols?
Remember, people who are on the edge, keep your eyes out.
Wait till. Say it again.
We're gonna let them move up and then we'll start moving again.
Bertrand, let me get on the edge since I'm the AR.
Okay.
Keep our space.
Right on. Caribou and Jimbo are buddy team. Jimbo's
Okay, all we're turning southeast now. Everyone should be moving at Z140.
Jimbo's AT.
Oh my god, this compass is messed up.
We're moving to a radio tower, but it's destroyed, so maybe just a crater.
Oh, I switched it to the alternate compass.
The only thing the new compass is good for is for reading Mills values if you use artillery.
Where they have to look.
Did you want to switch?
Oh,
And you can also say as fire team leads, if they give contact reports to clear it out, give a quick contact report to the SL.
Okay. Well, let's, keep your heads on the swivels. People in the back rows, keep your eyes to the southwest and the others northeast-ish. If you got any contacts, just call it out over the radio. Otherwise, let's keep the radio clear.
Copy. Lost, you might want to turn up to shout.
Okay.
It'll be Zico and Haribo.
Yeah, generally, unless we have to decide.
We need to move more east, due east now.
For the purpose of
Copy that.
then always use shout.
We're headed more east here. We're gonna go
Due
further.
east now. Everybody should be moving at 90.
Heading east.
gonna turn right behind red. Remember, column. You don't turn until you get to where they turned. Okay, start turning east.
Start turning.
It's not quite a 90, but close enough. And always remember to watch your spacing. One grenade does not make our day a happy day.
Look at that red team spacing. Shift to the left. Who is the yellow dude? Ask him. Yellow. Look at him. Aqua gets to go wherever he wants to go.
I have a few things at least that I think I'm gonna take up for the courses, criticism or feedback at least. Lack of advice for radio procedures. Well, just advice.
Okay, we're gonna take it out to a run as far as we can.
Okay, we're gonna jog.
Jogging.
Copy.
Jogging, jogging, jogging. You just be glad you don't have a 148 on you, Confident. The radio chatter going on there is just insane.
Yeah, sometimes I turn it off as far as you need it, just because they never shut up.
Because you got running shoes on.
Okay, we're gonna need to slow down for a second.
Slowing down.
Yeah, slow them down, just let them get a little further ahead of us. And let's jog again.
Jogging.
Somehow we keep catching up with red.
Alright, we're getting some more stamina. Everybody back to a walk.
Okay, walking.
Walking.
Remember to keep your heads on a swivel.
Shots east.
Alright.
Shots east.
Nice. What would you do as FTL?
Nothing.
As of right now, nothing. We're just hearing the echo. It's just a sound.
Alright, Reds. Green, if you watch now and check the cards. SL, if you walk here, what would you say?
What'd you say?
What would you say as squad lead if you see the spacing between Reds and green?
We need to back it up a little bit.
Alright.
Go forward.
Yep.
That space.
Gesture correction, a little more east-ish.
Adjust your
Sorry. Yeah, let's slow down just a little bit and let red run up ahead. Hold on.
Hold up a bit.
Yep.
We'll wait until they get on the outside of the shack and then we'll move up. Okay, let's get walking again.
Walking.
How do we keep catching up with them?
Power walk. Chain effect, I think green is stopping. I said blue might be stopping to and from, and red stops because of them.
At least her wedge looks better than theirs.
Yep. I wish there was auto walk in Arma, since using a map and walking or using a radio and walking should be more simple.
No, it's actually. But it's only actually after you're expecting that side.
I mean, it's okay if you only have one radio, but when you have 2, 3 radios, holy crap.
Oh yeah, I have to turn that second radio down all the time.
But I generally see it as if I have a 148 as a fire team leader, it is because I might need it as a backup radio or if I am ordered away from the main squad. So I keep it shut off until the point I actually need it.
Yeah, I'm actually about to turn it down some more. I should be able to turn it down while I'm walking.
Ooh, it's Icarus doing bad shit again. How come that's not a surprise?
I don't know what's going on with those people, but
Taking it off to a jog, gentlemen. Same direction.
okay, wait. And jogging.
Jogging.
Just to the east.
Might want to use this marching period for some elaboration on the formations and movement techniques. I don't know, because apparently squad column and fireteam wedge wasn't clear to everybody either.
I understand. Okay, guys, when we're dealing with these kind of actual movements here, you can do, if I did a squad wedge, I would be kind of at the fulcrum and then I would push you off to the sides here. If I did a fire team wedge, it's only one fire team. If I want a squad column, I can then arrange the fire teams however I want. If I wanted you all to run in one, I just say full squad column. Otherwise, I can differentiate between the movement of where the fire teams are. Generally, when I do this kind of thing, it's to set you up as 3 different maneuver groups inside of one overall movement so that I can react to contact a little bit better.
Yeah, to speak in regards to MedTC, as we did earlier, right now, time is the essence here. I'm passing out, actually.
Back to a walk.
So right now, there's not a lot of enemies in this area anticipated. There's no imminent contact, and speed is what we're trying to achieve. So a column, which offers the maximum controllability and maximum speed, is obviously the formation of choice here, and the movement technique we're doing right now is traveling. So we're trying to get from A to B as fast as possible. As soon as the enemy is more likely to be in this area, obviously you will shift the formation appropriately to that change in situation, change in MedTC factors.
Okay, so I need to make you all aware, we're now coming up behind enemy friendly forces, which means that we're going to be taking, friendlies may be popping out to our north, and we need to watch east as well.
You all heard them. Friendlies might be to the north.
Friendlies north.
Copy, friendlies north.
Maybe. Sorry.
I wonder if we're the only squad that has, well, the only fire team that attempted to set up proper hard left, proper body teams and stuff.
Well, most of you guys.
Fire team in front of us do not seem to have any specific side hard. I don't know what.
There's going to be a compound right ahead of us to the east. That's our rally point.
Okay, to the east is our rally point. Remember to keep your eyes our heads on a swivel, watching the west, south.
Okay, maybe it's a destroyed compound.
And northeast, please.
Watching northeast.
Watching north.
And command moved. We are now moving to cache location 1. Should be on your maps, 021, 017. We're going to move northeast over the crest of the hill and get there. We are now going to be possibly coming into contact. Same location. We're still behind friendly forces. Just keep your eyes up, especially north and east.
Remember, we turn where they turn,
So right now we'd be transitioning into a traveling overwatch where we had a little more dispersion and more situational awareness, reduce the speed a little.
transition a little bit to the northeast.
Transition to the northeast.
As we're going into here, when we're on the radios, only fire team leaders should give me the kind of, back and forth here. But if you are a member of the fire team and you see some serious contact that you think warrants it, call it out over the radio.
Slow down.
This is Red Fire team. We got friendly units moving northeast from us. Solid copy. We are to move behind them. Again, our objective is cache 1 at 021017. Should be the first building that we encounter past the road to the northeast.
Yep, there you go. The other person should be watching northwest.
Copy.
Okay, guys, we're going to start moving again. Which
Ready to move. Walking.
Blue, this is the actual. I'm going to need you to kick it a little west.
Copy that.
Friendly's firing.
those are friendlies to the north.
Friendlies to the north.
Continue northeast now.
Copy that. Continue northeast.
Should be the first building that we get once we get past the MSR. Note for the squad leader course here, if I thought we were in contact, at this point I would start breaking off the fire teams and putting one on overwatch while
Friendlies
we
east.
forward with 2. We're still moving to link up with friendly forces, so that's not necessary at this time. We're just traveling. But emphasize the fact that people need to keep looking for enemies as we move.
Are those friendlies to the east?
Yes.
Friendlies to the northwest. And friendlies to the east.
Infantry crossings are front.
So be advised, when you're traveling, you can say to your FTLs which direction you are expecting enemies. Also, when you are in contact or going to be in contact, you can explain what you want as SL. Yeah.
Okay, let's just move around this as best as we can. I'm going to go on the eastern side of the other two. I'm going on the northern side of this.
Copy.
Just to elaborate, that could for example be actions on contact in regards to formation. And if we get the contact this direction, I want this to happen. For example, instead of having all fire teams fan out on one side, like both rear fire teams falling out left or falling out right, you might want one on the left side and one on the right side regardless of what happens.
Exactly. Contact northwest and northeast. Okay, I need you guys to get quickly across that ASR. Blue, start moving now. Red, I need to get online facing north. Try and identify enemy forces. They are going to be friendlies over there. Double check your target. Green, you need to move northeast with blue. Go, 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 go.
Northeast.
Oh wait, no, he's waving. That's friendlies. That's friendlies. That's friendlies. I think we're engaging. I think we're engaging friendlies.
Friendly's crossing, friendly's crossing.
Green, link up with blue.
Friendly's crossing.
Friendlies front. 200 meters is it?
Always move behind.
Okay, this is the actual. Be advised. Friendlies are engaging hostile forces. Keep moving northeast to the first compound. I will be there.
Move to the northeast compound.
Green, blue, you are way too far north. You need to keep moving northeast to this compound.
Okay, over here, guys.
Use that tree line here. It's a good. Passing out again. Gotta slow it down.
Are we headed to the right one now?
Green, you need to move south to my position.
South.
I don't know how you guys got so discombobulated. I pointed out the target.
No fucking.
You are now running across an open field under enemy fire when you should be to your south, holding.
Just grab this wall.
Covering southeast.
Covering northeast.
Okay, we are at a building to the south of where we were.
Well, the building was not clearly pointed out to the point team here. It was not visible. Okay, twice I marked it for you on the map at 021017, a cache location. If you reference your map, you can see the first building to the northeast of the ASR. We passed the ASR, you should have been able to locate where the building was. I in fact told you once we took contact to move to the northeast towards that building.
I have the same problem.
I just don't have the time to look at the map, you know?
Yeah.
We had to lose zoom work out there too.
Hard to figure out.
I'm still confused with this marker. There's so many damn marks on this map.
There's no indication given to reference the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe me, Echelon, I haven't seen you royally screw up yet, so.
Alright.
Has this been cleared off?
Yeah, friendlies inside on the roofs.
Building is cache 1. This is now the fourth time that I'm saying it. It's at 021017. Red and myself and the medic are there right now.
There are two. We gotta
We are at cache 2.
Well, where the fuck is that and what building are we
let's
at?
go to these, more to the south, blue team. I believe that's what he's saying.
Yes, it's off
Okay,
to
hold
our
on.
west. So,
Okay, guys, back this way.
West, southwest. Two more.
like, two.
Back this way.
Why am I passing out all the time?
Two more. Two more. You should let me
Alright,
carry some of your.
What?
Zumor,
Let me carry some of your.
do you need some of your shit carried?
I'm not even loaded heavily. I got 23 kilos.
building.
Okay,
Dead ahead.
You weren't on the shack tack. If you were here and I didn't see you, sorry, that's my fault.
Okay, guys, go back to that
Good,
wall.
something with the unit stamina settings.
Affirmative.
Let's just sit at that wall.
Do you want any frags?
That's just retarded.
So we were right.
What is this now?
Okay, hold on.
Grenade southeast.
It's like a
Grenade southeast.
Red, I want you to get in a line facing north. Blue, I want you to get in a line facing east.
Watching northeast.
The gap between them and look for enemy contact.
Okay, guys.
Find cover.
We're supposed to bridge the gap.
As soon as that is accomplished, I need fire team leads to move south on me.
Oh my god.
What weapon status are we at?
Do you expect us to go about
Green on positive ID, I think.
Okay, guys, set up in the line right about here.
Just double check. Hey, fourth.
Green right about here.
Yeah, check.
What's weapon status?
Say again?
What red
Do we have contact?
Green, yellow.
Oh, we're green, I believe. Just covering, just covering to the east side.
What direction are we covering?
We're covering every direction other than southeast and northwest. So we cover from west to east, or north to east.
Redcon means red in this condition, so Redcon 1 would be...
So north to east. Yeah.
Pass. Sorry. I missed that part. Green didn't either.
Ay, ay, ay.
Never mind, just learn how he.
Who's the fire team lead here?
Me,
mistakes
Lost.
in
Lost.
such.
Okay, I asked you after you got your guys set
It's
up here
nothing
to move
personal,
south
so.
to meet my
Oh no,
position.
I don't.
Oh, I did not hear that.
Okay, well.
Alright guys,
You
keep
were- you
holding
said-
this line, watching over.
Okay,
Not
guys.
fair,
Gonna head up to
Friendly
Alpha and
contact.
get a briefing, alright?
There's less time.
If you take
Green move,
everything
green move.
personal on here, you'd be sitting behind bars with a lot of tears tattooed on your.
That
Yeah.
is
Oh, you would buy a road.
I'll be with Aqua getting a briefing.
Sure thing.
I said, then come back to me.
I had
and
it
then
up
you
my
can, I can brief you. That's how that shit works.
Once it's
Okay.
back, hey, do you have saddles?
Hey, confident?
Yeah.
Confident. Will you please,
Lower your shit
north,
with it.
please?
That's for sure.
Weren't we supposed to be south right now?
No,
Yeah.
north.
Gosh, solid count.
Okay.
Joseph, stay facing north, along with you, Bertrand.
Yep.
Stay north.
Copy.
Open mics, mate.
It was open mic on global.
Friendlies north.
I don't know how, but I feel the exhaustion of the run we just did.
They're moving east to west, behind the bushes.
I would assume.
I can't see shit from here.
Okay, well, seems like it would be like a. I got fucking 1, 2, 3 clear.
Hold on, are we at cash two?
Shit, that's good. I got 6 clear.
We're at Cash Point.
Yeah, out of a field of fire.
We're going to be moving
Fucking
over.
misspelling this shit.
I'm looking at the map. I'm not doing my terrain analysis. So I'm trying to figure out where to go.
You know, I don't know how I've been here for so
Broke up.
I don't know how I've been here so long and attended so few UOTC courses, because I've attended to attend as much as I can, but I guess the times were all bad.
Oh well, at least now I know where we are on the map. First
Yeah,
time in
well,
the
like,
mission.
I'm from Central Europe.
Where are we?
So, of courses I'll.
We are between cache location 1 and 2. 021, 017.
021 017.
Because I think we already got a lot American guys, and we really need to get something going for like the Australian fellas and all them, but they're not a lot in numbers, so it's really.
Anyways, the problem is, like, yeah.
Alright, blue team.
They only see the bad side
Okay.
of the numbers they're playing. Like,
And
Okay,
I've seen
Green.
one single road during the entire mission.
Alright, Green. We're going to be moving northwest cache number 3 here. We're going to do an aligned formation, and we're just going to move that
Advice, I have
direction.
no medkits.
Y'all got it?
Copy. Northwest.
No, that's.
Fucking stab you.
And that's the compound we got eyes on straight from here.
Jub is the mission maker.
No, he's fine. He has cast effect.
So keep covering.
Green team is ready.
Still in West.
Blue team ready.
Right now,
Okay,
just
order
keep
of march is going to be green, red, blue. You're going to be pushing out over. If you look over here to the left, that was a cache we were supposed to show. We're still making this movement. Red and blue are going to hold looking northwest along this little ridge for the field. Green's going to go across, then red's going to go across, then blue's going to go across. Green, once you get to the compound on the other side, hold security there. Go.
Okay.
Let's move, Green.
Green moving.
Moving, moving.
Okay, so
We should probably fan a bit to switch right a bit so that our team can see what we're running towards.
Yeah, we're running to this compound right here.
Yeah, so that they have line of fire to it without our ass.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, guys, hit a wall.
Good point.
Green team is set.
Well, let's split up this up in teams properly. With last you two guys take the other corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're watching west.
Down on the ground. I thought you had a machine gun for some reason, Confident.
No, that's Joseph, I think. It has the IAR.
What?
Yeah, you have the rocket.
I'm gonna move to that building to the northwest because we're kind of cramped here.
Yeah, it's all, well,
Red team
stay
is
here.
set.
Green,
Oh,
stay
yeah.
in
Copy,
this
we're moving.
building.
Forgot about red team. Gonna take position on the roof.
Okay.
Alright.
Red, I would suggest that you take position in another sector as green is now. So green has north, northeast. I would suggest you take north, northwest.
Shouldn't we be watching the north? I mean the east to cover blue's
Yes,
approach.
that can also.
Spend more
That
time
can also.
laying down
But
security
do not
than
go
you need.
check
We're on
the
good
same
security
sector
here.
as that's what.
Alright.
Yeah, it's...
We're
Blue
calling
team.
it. Never mind.
Yeah,
All right,
copy.
everybody
North.
circle up. We're calling this
north,
mission.
northeast.
Northeast,
Northeast.
gotcha.
This mission's gonna be called, so we're gonna circle up here.
Alrighty.
So
For
I
piss
wanna
sake,
take
I
this
really
time
wanted to
go
fire
over
this
any
gun.
Questions that people have about what happened right here. What just happened here?
No question, but I got a statement.
Yeah.
Aside from when we started the mission and after the clusterfuck before this recent movement, I had no idea where we were on the map during the entire time because we never had time to look at the map.
Okay. I neglected to do that. This was a big clusterfuck here because of the gyp nature of this. We weren't moving with friends. We weren't dealing with a lot of the things that normally provide a lot of marks for other people. I knew where we were going the entire time. We had a long way to move. Hang on.
Yeah, I think it was good though. Although we could have done this just as well on the training server because we didn't see anything.
I know,
like this,
we
but,
didn't see anything. Hang on, they may not have called it now. They just said, Rambo just said he was going to call it, and now he didn't.
But that was obviously unforeseeable. But
Yeah, I guess where we got confused is we ended up at Cache 2 at one point.
Yeah, I understand that it's a little bit there, but the biggest thing here is that Cache 1 and Cache 2, they are in the same grid square there. I probably should have, I didn't catch that, and I probably should have specified.
well, if we're moving at maximum speed, you can't just tell your opponent cannot look at the map without stopping the entire movement. So if you know where to go, you want to point him out where to go. You reference him to your half right of the compound, and if he sees him, he says seen, and then he moves there. And if he doesn't move there, you tell him he's moving the wrong direction.
Yeah, I tried to grab you when you started moving, when you were running across that field that we just crossed. I tried to grab you when you started movement there, but I guess you were already through. When it was dealt with. So I just I thought I kind of relied too much on the Shack Tac HUD. I made some mistakes here. Relied too much on the Shack Tac HUD for you to understand where I was. I didn't clarify exactly as we were moving where we were supposed to go. I thought that, okay, he knows it's Cache 1, but a lot of you weren't watching on your map, and that's not expected from a fire team. And we kind of got a lot of distance between us while we were doing the movement to here. In this kind of area, you don't want to make it huge, but all three of your fire teams, unless they're assaulting some sort of clearly defined structure, when you're moving through this kind of low cover scrubland kind of thing, keep them a little closer. Everybody should be within 45 meters so that we can understand where we're moving, what we're supporting, unless they're actually assaulting somewhere that we understand. It's a complicated way to go through things. I'm a little rusty. I haven't played in 3 weeks because of work and real life stuff, but we're gonna hang on here. All right,
and the other thing is, all that chatter on the 148 was just...
It's incredible. They don't know how to deal with this radio comms. There have been some serious issues. Rambo's having some issues organizing this.
Well, I finally just turned it off, so...
Yeah,
That's
you're a fire
another...
team lead. Yeah, we're calm. That's it. All right. I'm going to go take a piss. You guys can do what you want. If you want to stay around for another one, I'm perfectly fine with it. I'll be around for the next mission.
Right. I will be around for the next mission also. Let's see if we can take...
Depends on what it will be, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to leave. Thanks anyway.
Thanks a lot, Echo Fest.
Zoek doek.